Alright, hello everyone. A little bit of a last minute update. But yeah, welcome to the next Final Refrain adaptive match. This time between some people off screen, who knows? No, it's Orion, beloved Floximal person. Right, nailed it. I'm so good at streaming. Yeah, Orion from the US has placed in top 4 from Kagi last season. Also done some adaptive thing that I don't have the context for a while ago. And his favorite deck is the slightly beefy Emir. He doesn't see any graphics. What? Oh, where? Okay, I think that's me. There you go. There we freaking go. Um, let's start that slideshow again. All right. So yeah. Oh, I think yeah. And on the other side, we have Crusader. Don't mind the graphics. Also in the top 4 of Kagi last season. Even the top 2 perhaps. So yeah, it's always awkward when your exes meet. But yeah. And this will be the matchup today. I didn't do any preparation, but luckily I don't need to because Orion has brought the slightly beefy Emir, his favorite deck, as we saw in the thing just now. No artifact control, trash deck. No, I'm kidding. No, yeah, very interesting deck. Doesn't really like to play creatures on its own, except for when it's playing the Ronnie Restlocks, and has 5 Floxim cards to control the opponent. And on the other side is the Sloppy Lab Worker that smashes Whispers. Yeah, very cool Ember Skies deck. Has some recursion in this, some creature control, some disruption, some Geisted value, except you don't really get to loop the inner somewheres often, and just all around a very solid deck. Also has a cheeky key cheat in freedom something. I can see the side of this card. But yeah, it should be a pretty interesting matchup. I think usually the Sloppy Lab Worker isn't too concerned about this board, like it's going pretty fast without it. I think at least the first 2 matches are slightly in favor of the Sloppy Lab Worker, but yeah. Let's see how our players are doing. Let me see, what was the password? Password. Too many channels. Or I'm not seeing anything right now. Why can I not? Okay, there we go. The passwords, they didn't tell me. All right, cool. If you want me to cast your games, you have to tell me the passwords. Is it this one? Okay, maybe the password was easy. Just for posterity. Let's quickly scroll through here. Perchance the password was easy. Anything but the final. Yeah. No one else will guess. Such a demanding Crusader. There you go. Such a demanding Crusader. I wonder how many spectators will show up during the match. That should be like next prediction. We should ask the question: how many spectators that aren't on the caster team or that aren't on the caster team are going to show up during any Crusader match. That is, of course, assuming Crusader will make it to the next round. I wonder because both these players' decks are pretty well known or very well associated with them. So I wonder if any of the players did any practicing on this specific matchup, just to get a feel of the matchup and any chain amount that might have to be bid. Yeah, and it seems like the Slappy Lab Worker will go first. Let's take a quick look at the entire deck list here. I also have here. We don't need to watch the game. We can be watching a Decks of Keyforge page. Much better. The creature count is pretty low here. And the Dust Imp specifically, you want to die anyway. So some of that value that the slightly beefy mirror might be getting. Like the board clearing that beefy mirror can do, not super necessary here. And also, it wasn't shown on the first page, but the Mars Needs Ember, very important card here. Yeah, because with orbital bombardment, you can first damage a whole board. Mars Needs Ember, and then Flotsam Spike or Carpet Flotsam to destroy everything. So yeah, Skulking Saboteur, kind of a nice thing to put on board because you cannot really damage it effectively in with Amir. So he does go for the 2 damage on it just to get it out of there. But it won't be able to be Mars Needs Embered unless you like fight it yourself into the Beth Penny or the whatever. But that's probably not very. Oh, there is also the Throwing Stars. That is an actual relevant setup thing. But yeah, pretty quick start from Crusader, playing a Dust Imp and a Gift of Ember. Also decides to take out the Beam Buckler. That is interesting because, like I said, Orion often likes not having his own creatures. Okay, and Clit Wings hits a save the pack at random. I don't think Orion will be lying awake at night by that random purge. Yeah, says thanks. Yeah, that's the downside of random purge or discard. Sometimes you're helping your opponent. Oh, how do we ban people from the chat? That's a good question, Riku. Um, really, there. That's the official stance on how the previous game went. No time to think about that though. Orion goes for the treasure map, bursting a good amount of ember, and discarding a single umbra. Yeah, treasure map having been made before Omega was a thing, so you still get to discard some stuff afterwards. And Crusader taking a pretty forging a key that cannot be understated. Wait, where did he get the played they tell no tales for no value just for another ember there. Slightly missed that. But yeah, it goes into a pretty awkward this turn, I would say. The Suspender Commander, of course, is enhanced with the Skyborn, so will be a threat in both houses here. But then again, Orion's deck very good at not playing creatures. Puts down the Nepenthe seat, very nice. We'll get back whatever you need it to get back. And yeah, discards a Marmo Swarm. And gets another Ember with Persistence Hunting. And also takes off the Suspendamender. But yeah, even with the exhausted suspended man there doesn't want to play the Marble Swarm, that's only going to lead to some bad outcomes for Orion. Probably, maybe, perchance. Um, so yeah, now it's back to Crusader. Both players now on a single key. Of course, with Skyborn, the key colors kind of matter a little bit. Not super much. Well, okay, so you do have the double save ports. Those are pretty important. So Orion doesn't want to forge a yellow key, and that's fine. Crusader though opting to forge red instead of yellow. Of course, the has the Rose of Sharon, so red does do something in the deck, as well as the Skulking Saboteurs, although those are in the discard right now. But I don't have to fill anymore because with the Return to Rebel, Crusader gets some nice cards back into the deck, including the Skulking Saboteurs. We see the long-term plan here. Then here somewhere is to discard some cards. And also finishes off with a Parabyte to capture 1 Ember. Now, I think we have not seen Mars in quite a while from Orion's side. And yeah, goes into the matching house icon. Nice. Plays a Carpet Flotsam. And Mars needs Ember for 1 Ember here. And even has the sample collection, so puts that Suspend Amender away. Sample Suspend Amender is now in suspension. It's there's something over there, but yeah, gets to check importantly. The Stop Lab Worker has decent Ember control, I believe, from memory. Like it has it has decent Ember control, but still with the Parabyte already gone, pretty good chance here to get the key through. And of course, also Orion did have the active Nepenthe seat, but didn't recur the Martinis Ember. So he probably thinks he'll be able to get a little bit more value of that a little bit later. Perhaps with a treasure map, perhaps with a Ronnie that's going to inevitably die. We'll see soonish, probably. But yeah, this game not really going Crusader's way so far. What's in the archive? Oh right, the Spellman. I know what's in the archive. It even has the. No, it does not have. Okay, that's fine. TCO doesn't display the mixed card backs in the archives. That's not super relevant. And yeah, Crusader. On the back foot, I would say, and having to think about what to do over here. In the meantime, with Inner Somewhere, we saw some cards getting discarded. Creatures don't matter, but the Arise, kind of the hunting deck, and the Edge of the World are important-ish. And yeah, goes for a pretty small this turn here. This time hits the Rolling Wrist Clocks with Clipped Wings, so has to be pretty happy with that one. The two sides of the Clipped Wings being shown here very clearly. Orion does get to forge a key, and wisely, smartly, handsomely decides not to forge a yellow key. Very strategic. And goes into Shadows. Plays some stuff. Now with the Van Omhawk damaged, we'll have the opportunity to perhaps Martin's Ember again with the Nepenthe seat. Now I did notice that Crusader's deck had a little bit of artifact control, but I'm forgetting what it was again. Let's see. I don't spot it immediately. Now we do see the atomic destabilizer here, kind of relevantly. And I don't know how good Orion's deck is in getting rid of its own creatures. It has the double. I believe it's pretty decent. Like it has double orbital bombardment, Nature's Call. Sample collection hits your own creatures as well, I think. And also a save the pack that's now a possibility. But yeah, this might be a little bit of an awkward thing for. Oh, never mind. Just until the Ember of Death decides to use all hands on deck to just destroy the NC gang here. Also, relevantly, of course, the Van Almalk is now applying some pressure, making BV Emir feel like it has 6 change. Ooh, that might not have been the entirely intended effect from Crusader's move. Or at least that's what I'm getting from this small over here. Also, this is also kind of okay. Discards the Shelf to Ghost. Yeah, probably don't want 2 chains just to get something back that gets Martine's Embered, but who knows? Yeah, what I was going to say. Curiously, no spectators have shown up yet. Ooh, Orion goes with a Glimmer to get something back. Persistent Hunting, okay. Plays it for the Ember. Yeah, probably the only Ember Pip in Untamed for the turn that Orion was forced into. Plays an Earthbind and now Nature's Calls to get all of it back. Glimmer, of course, not everyone knows this, but has Alpha, so won't be able to play that one again. That would rule 6 with Nature's Call pretty quickly. But talking about ruling of 6 with Nature's Call, with the Graphite Cycle gets back to Nature's Call. And yeah, now Orion will be able to recur all of this every turn. Because next turn he can play the Glimmer to get back the Graphite Cycle. With the Nature's Call, bounce the Glimmer. And then with the Graphite Cycle, get back the Nature's Call. Which will generate 2 Ember next turn. So if Crusader doesn't do anything here, yeah, exactly. Crusader under pretty considerable pressure here. Cleared wings and doesn't hit one of the 2 pieces he could have. Yeah. Not too happy about that one either. Yeah. The cleared wings have been a pretty mixed bag. First, got rid of the save the pack. That's oof. Then runner Whistlelocks, nice, and then back to oof with the Knuckles Bolton. Yeah, and Orion has to feel pretty good about that. Oh. Yeah. Let me quickly fix those names. Yeah, exactly. Orion providing my commentary for me. And the top player as well. Alright, no more confusion. Yeah, they wouldn't, right? They wouldn't. They wouldn't make such a creature in action. No, but it's balanced because it's an uncommon and a rare instead of an uncommon and uncommon. Anyway, back to the game. Crusader continues the turn. Places the use the demonic shelf to take away the Van Almach. Of course, the Martian's Ember already purged. They tell no tales for Aquadon. Really doesn't like Aquadon. We have a hater on our hands. Uh, and arises to get back the Parabyte. Probably feels like he will need that on the next turn. But yeah, even with the Parabyte, which will stall for a turn, I don't think Crusader will be able to make very much Ember in Geistoid. Um, okay, we do still have two chunk restorations in Geistoid. And that's not the one I should be looking at. But I think that might be all Ember in there. Or, oh, wait. I forget what enhancement the other all hands on deck had. Quickly check. No, it's just a discard icon. Um, oh, there is no other all hands on deck, right? Uh, there is an no, that's also a discard. Yeah, no, a pretty tough spot, and Orion just goes shadows to stop the key on Crusader's side, as well as getting to check himself. Yeah, kind of how not really how I expected the matchup to be going. Um, I wonder if you can make the argument that Crusader might have had below average luck, um, or perhaps that they tell no tales for a single Ember icon earlier might not have been worth it. But it might just also be a bad matchup for Crusader, or for the I should say for the Sloppy Labwalker, just because it has quite a bit of creature control, which is pretty blank against the BVM here. So yeah, goes Junk Restoration, plays the Parabyte to capture. Right, that one has some Geisted enhancement, so gets another Ember. And we'll get to 6 at least. But I also don't think he's very near freedom to be key cheating next turn. But Orion just goes for Shadows. Yeah, treasure. Hey, I did call the treasure map get back with Nepenthes, and then discards some more stuff and reaps with Ronnie. Even with the skeleton key capturing to prevent the key here, and that should be pretty much game, I think. And yeah, Crusader concedes. Let me get those logs. Do I have the logs? Copied. Yes. Got the logs. Good game for Orion. Let me quickly paste the logs. Kablamo. Alright. And we're on to the next game, the reversal part. This time Crusader on the BV Emir and alright. Oh, now I also have to update it in the thingy. Okay. Next time you better bid enough, Orion. You better bid enough, or Crusader, I should say. Probably that will probably be the one that's getting bid on. Okay, some stuff happening in the chat that I cannot focus on right now. The okay, the first 5 letters, or 6 if you count space, are the same, so that saves me some work. Whispers. There you go. And the bottom player is still Crusader, but this time he's on the slightly beefy Emir, and I don't know the rest of the deck name. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, we just they already did the first turn. Just in there somewhere to discard some stuff. Some kind of good stuff, I would say. Might not be the cards you want to see in your discard pile right here. Also decided with the discard icon to get rid of the suspend amender. Now it probably won't often pressure the board just because the BVMR doesn't really play creatures. But it's still a creature that can reap into houses. Yeah. In the meantime, Crusader a little bit more awkward start. Does get Skeleton to key down. Nice to have there. But other than that, only discards a bad penny. Doesn't want it on board. Fair enough. And it's back to Orion. Alright, let me update the score. I hope you can hear the quotation marks. The top score. 1. There we go. Everything is perfect. Until someone inevitably wins a game, and then we'll have to do some more stuff. Okay. Oh, I kind of missed Orion's entire turn. Discards the stabilizer, doesn't even want to have it on the Parabyte. Fair enough. Discards Shelf a Ghost and plays Hunting Deck and Parabyte. Ember creature. Oof. In the meantime, the BVMR not treating Crusader too well. Discards a save the pack twice. Yeah, some awkward turns. Fortunately, Orion not putting too much pressure on himself. Yeah. And hello, quick draw. And goes into Skyborn. Plays a save port. Exalts the Parabyte. No, never mind. No, that's the... I know what's going on. Doesn't exalt the Parabyte because it only exalts enemy creatures. Yeah, plays Indigo Halyards. In the meantime, Crusader goes into Mars, Corpse Floxums, and Mars needs Embers. And then also plays 2 Floxum Spikes. So yeah, stealing 1, gaining 4. Pretty good turn. It kind of feels like the BVE mirror. Nope. The Sloppy Lab Worker is usually just giving up. There's a conceding. No. Okay. Accepts that it just is going to lose 1 Ember, maybe to a Mars needs Ember. Let's see. Clit Wings purchase a Umbra. Woof. No. Not much that they are doing right now. Oh, this time does want to suspend the matter, so... Okay, interesting, yeah. So discards it turn 1, but now brings it back on turn 4. Maybe of course, the consideration might be that now, of course, the Mars needs Ember is gone. And unless the Crusader develops the pen seat, it won't be seen back for quite a while. Goes back into Mars, puts damage on the Suspend Amender, and plays Floxum Spike for an Ember. So it feels like this game is going a little bit slower than the last one. Which might favor the sloppy lab work here. And yeah, just doing some stuff, playing some cards, making some Ember. Both decks right now going pretty equal. Of course, the treasure map and all the Ronnies are still in Crusader's deck. Misses the house icon, has to manual mode to fix it quickly, but that shouldn't be a problem. I was I was surprised that Crusader wanted to go into Mars for the 3rd time in a row. But yeah, we'll get that fixed pretty quickly. It goes into Untamed. Yeah, quite a few good Untamed cards here. That's not necessarily one of them, but that one is Nature Skull. Just get rid of that board. You don't need it, Orion. Give me back my Ember. And we see a 10 power Marmor Swarm. Nice, nice. The real final boss has come out to play. But yeah, Orion goes back into Skyborn here. Plays the two creatures. Doesn't fear the. Doesn't fear the Glimmer. And goes to check. Also puts down a Skulking Saboteur. So if Orion doesn't do anything with either the Ember or the boards, Crusader, I mean, Orion will have a pretty strong next turn here. But Crusader will get to Forge for the first key from the match game. Now, let me also quickly, at a very timely manner, update the stream title. Alright, there we go. Stream updated. Oh, oops. I'm a that's the title card. I'm a very professional streamer. Taking some time to think about the key goes for red here. I don't think it matters super duper much as long as you don't pick yellow. Oh, no, there's the Indigo Halyard, of course. No, yeah. Red pretty much the optimal choice. And plays a Night Forge, a Ronnie Wrist Clocks, Knuckles Bolton. Purged last game, now hits the field. And also captures onto the Marmo Swarm, who is back up to 6 power. And passes the turn. And yeah, although it looked pretty equal like a turn cycle ago, now Crusader is ahead by about an entire key. So yeah, it looks like he'll probably see this go to game 3, but still a lot of game left to play. Especially now that Orion has a pretty open and strong board here. With the Spendmander, of course, we'll be able to turn off something. Unless he wants to go Geistoid, but I don't think that's very likely. Well, maybe. We'll have to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 4 Geistoid cards, as well as 1 Geistoid enhanced card left, I believe. And yeah, Ryan having to think here. Okay, goes into Geistoid. Never mind me, and finds the inner somewhere. Which Crusader is very happy for Orion for, of course. And we do see the transmuting lift go here. Orion might have to be careful here, though. He might want to prevent the reshuffle, depending on if he wants to do some Arise shenanigans next turn at least. Now, importantly, Geistoid, the one house that Spendmander is not active in. Yeah. What to get here? I would say maybe some Ember control, maybe, but then you have to go back into Geistoid. Maybe Edge of the World. Yeah, I think I like Edge of the World. something else? Question mark. Don't think you need the maybe the They Tell No Tales. Yeah, I think I like Edge of the World, They Tell No Tales. Kill the shadow stuff. Maybe kill the untamed stuff. Yeah, probably kill the untamed stuff. I don't know. But yeah, a lot of places you can go with his. You could even go for the stabilizer in here somewhere, but again, Amir probably has too much stuff to make the stabilizer consistent. Yeah, but this might be the one, or well, the most important decision that the game comes down to. I was going to say the one decision, but I think plenty of decisions are being made other than this one. Goes for the double clipped wings, just maximum disruption, and maybe clipping some important stuff, and also tributes collects onto Skull Saboteur. Does go up to check here, but it might be a pretty good opportunity for Crusader to go back into shadows, steal an ember, use your board. Might not be an awful turn, especially with the double clipped wings. It's a little bit a use it or lose it situation with cards in your hand, or maybe even don't use it to not lose it. If you have cards left in your deck that are all very good, a little bit late. I don't know. There might be an argument made to stall a little bit with that. Goes into Untamed, so maybe we'll see the the Nepenthe seats right here. Persistent Hunting, yeah, that will take a lot of pressure off the board here. And I don't believe there's any Ember control in Untamed. Yeah, pretty sure there's none of that. But yeah, does set up for a pretty strong Mars needs Ember if we ever see that happen. That's could be tricky for Orion. Now, with the double clipped wings, you have a if it's in hand. Oh no, it's already purged. Never mind. Yeah, I was like, I thought we already saw this game, but yeah, no, it's gone. It's gone. But yeah, Orion gets to Forge here and goes for that yellow key. Turns on the save port. Let's see. Yeah, we do go immediately into this. There are still 2 Ronnies unaccounted for, I believe. Yeah. And there's one. Can we get the other? Oh, okay. Also a good card, but yeah. Yeah, it's like with 1 random discard, you can often feel fine. With 2 random discards, just your entire hand gets destroyed. And play some annoying stuff. And Dust Imp for the Ember control, or Ember generation, I should say. Van Omog, and yeah, has to leave it here probably. Crusader also not really in a position to use any of the Flotsam cards. Well, or at least he will Forge probably here. And then maybe with an Orbital Bombardment you can kill both the Knuckles Bolton and the Ronnie Wiscloaks. That will be interesting to see. In the meantime, Gifts of Embers 2 creatures, including the Dust Imp to create 4 Ember. Feels somewhat confident going to 8/9 here. Now, if you do have a Ronnie, you won't be able to stop the key because you can steal 2 and then capture 1, but that's probably it. But it might still be good enough to just generate 4 Ember. Or, oh, no, okay, if you have a Ronnie left, you can steal 2, fight Ronnie and steal another 2 with an append seat. So yeah, if there's Ronnie left in Crusader's hands, might have a pretty strong Shadows turn here. But Orion just kind of making the gamble that that's not the case. Ooh, does go into Shadows. Might also just suicide run into something and then get it back with the pen seat. Oh, that's that's bad for Orion. Yeah, Orion also feeling that pain here. Yeah, because now you can steal for Ember, prevent the key, and do annoying stuff. And almost get to check, not quite, unless there's anything left here. Let's see. Yeah, doesn't want to deal with the suspended mender. That's fair enough. Yeah, it doesn't get to check anyway, so use the nose Bolton to get rid of the suspended mender. Yeah, it looked like Orion might be making a comeback here, but just yeah, you can purge one running with clipped wings, but still one left in hand makes that a pretty tough spot. Um, so yeah, it might be a little bit difficult, but maybe there's something be done with Freedom to Be. I believe that card is in Orion's hand right now. Unless I missed it the first time through, of course. There are some sloppy pips, as Crusader might say, that could have discreetly put that card in the discard pile. And yeah, here the yellow key might be coming back to haunt Orion, just because neither of these two effects are now turned on. Crusader having certain opinions on who should win this game. No, yeah, Orion hates entertainment. You heard it first here. No, okay, let's not type in the chat, but yeah. Right, does go into Skyborn here. Gets at least does get to destroy the artifact. That's kind of nice. And Bosa Green deals damage to Ronnie. Sure. Now finds the save port, and here's the upside of the yellow key. Thus is able to control quite a bit of Ember here. Of course, oh no, oh. All right, yeah, no, we already saw the Nature Skull. All right, that's good. Yeah, with Glimmer, would be able to get back the Nature Skull to reset this board, get back some captured Ember. And of course, Crusader as well is now under the pressure of Van Omok, so less and less cards in hand, and has to go in. Immediately knows that the road ahead is a difficult and tricky one, and has to consider which option is best. And yeah, Crusader actually in kind of a difficult position, partially due to the aforementioned, something, Freedom to Be. That should be pretty strongly on Crusader's mind right now. Crusader goes into Shadows and just reaps out here. Any other Shadows cards? Throwing Stars. Ah, that's pretty relevant. Now that the damage icon might come back to haunt Orion, just because Crusader is able to make one more here. Orion does get to Forge here, but that might not be enough. Of course, he could potentially, with some M control, take Crusader off check here. And then you perhaps have one more turn to make something happen. Oh, has he found the Parabyte? That would be pretty strong here. Let's see. Goes for Geistoid and goes for Parabyte. Yeah, well. Pretty clutch Parabyte. Does put it on the side because haven't really mentioned it yet, but for Freedom to be, you look at the flank Skyborn creatures, and now cuts them off at both sides here. Ooh, and has the in here somewhere. That's also pretty big. Yeah, if you want to maximize Ember, yeah, goes for the Bosun Green and Safe Port. Bosun Green both making an Ember and also being able to be a Skyborn flank creature. Wait, is that another in here somewhere? Oh, wow. Another in here somewhere. Damn, that's something. Yeah. So yeah, Orion sending up to be a pretty devastating Skyborn turn here. Finds even one more Ember. The magic Ember, the magic number here is 8 Ember, because Freedom's B forged at 10, but -1 for each Skyborn flank creature. If you have both your own flanks, that will be 8, of course. And with the archives, we know he'll be able to forge at 8 at least, and has, I think, 1 from Bosun Creed and 1 from Safeport. Yeah, exactly. So as it currently stands, would 2 more Ember, needs 2 more Ember. Of course, has 2 Skyborn creatures on board, which would make all the Ember that is needed. And yeah, any Ember control Crusader can do here is pretty difficult. Will also kind of need to get rid of the Parabytes or burst a lot more, but no, the annoying part of the save port is that it can also just control Ember here. Goes into Untamed, finds the Glimmer, and has to find the Nature Skull here. Nature Skull, you can reset everything but the Van Omok here, which should be pretty good. So then we need 2 more Ember in Skyborn. There's 1 save port unaccounted for, and also a Edge of the World. I think that will have to be pretty much Orion's hand, though, if he wants to win the game here. Because I don't currently see how he can make any more Ember than that. Now, do not trust on my math skills. Leaves the Parabytes. Wow. Just says, I have enough Ember here. You're not going to. But with the, yeah, I guess save port, you capture 2 and then tax by 2. And you still have 1 more than needed even. Crusader also feels coming, but Orion will have some work to do if he wants to do that. Now, is there a way to stall for a turn? Maybe if you go into Geistoid, read with the Parabyte, and then do nothing else. Yeah, that doesn't really seem very likely. You can Atomic Destabilizer your own Parabyte. That still doesn't get you enough. That's the same as playing just a single save port here. Orion. Has double save port here. That will be enough. play some creatures out, Crusader won't really be able to hurt him with it. Oh, I thought the freedom to be was in hand for sure, but it seems like it wasn't. And yeah. And is going to capture 4 Ember, and then with the taxing of Parabytes, we'll be able to stop the key here. As well as going to check at 7. So now it's time to look at some of the Ember control options left in Crusader's deck. And I don't think there's very many. There's all the Ronnies are accounted for. So let's see what else could be possible. I believe nothing in Mars, nothing left in Shadows, and ooh, nothing in Untamed. Unless I'm missing something. Shockworm, that's not. The skeleton key is also gone. Would also not be enough, of course, but yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question. I believe that might be all the Ember control gone. Of course, Beefy Emir has a key cheat, but not available to it right now. Funny thing is, with the Nightforge in hand, Crusader would win here. So yeah, Nightforge, pretty strong card here. But won't be able to find it back, I believe. Ooh. Yeah, just slightly more. I'm getting some backseating advice. But no, it's because the Mars Needs Ember unfortunately already purged with a Haunting deck. And yeah, is going to make some Ember. But congratulations, Orion, for a pretty clean 2-0 victory. Now, I do think the at least the early turns were very awkward for Crusader here. But yeah. Good game, Orion. Ooh, that's my line, Crusader. That's my line. No, I think Crusader played very well. I think this, not to diminish Orion's plays or anything, but I think this might have come down more to deck order than player skill in these games. Just because those like 2 or 3 very awkward turns Crusader had to do at the beginning. Now, arguably, maybe if Crusader had bounced the Parabyte, you get 1 Ember back less. But yeah, Orion would still have stopped the key there, though. So yeah. All right, because he did have the collector as well. Yeah. So a good reason not to bounce the Parabyte there. Yeah, might just have to chalk this up to some bad circumstances. Yeah, exactly. Maybe Crusader was like me, too focused on. But yeah, that will be it for the final I was almost saying Kari, the final refraining for tonight. Once again, congratulations to Orion, and tune in next time for. Let me quickly check the notes. What is the next match that's going to be happening? It will be today at 9 p.m. Oh, Fabulizing versus Get. Come on, come on. Yeah, just 1 hour from now. See you all soon. Bye, everyone.